Welcome in, everybody. We got ladder day 4. Who would have thought we'd make it this far? I know some of you keyboard warriors didn't, but Austin, how you doing, brother?
Dude, we're climbing slowly but surely. Good looking slate too. It's Friday.
Oh yeah.
Excited to
Said
start
we
the
said.
weekend.
Oh yeah, we said yesterday. Yesterday was going to be the biggest challenge on day 3 with a shit slate, and it was like that's like the hump day of the ladder challenge. So hopefully, I'm not jinxing it by saying that, but I'm more excited to cook today's ladder challenge than I was yesterday. I'll just leave it at that.
No, I totally agree. I mean, it sucks a lot. I know a lot of guys missed out with the Jared Allen injury at 14 and a half. Unfortunately, I mean, we posted at 13 and a half on DraftKings, so we're going to honor it. But I do feel for those. We try not to, that like rarely ever happens. You know what I mean? So it sucks when it
And
does. It was an injury. The guy would have soared over
oh
14
yeah.
and a half. So kind of out of our control, but we're going to keep it rolling.
100%. All right, let's get cooking then. I'll pull up both our lists. We'll talk about why we like all of our plays, and then we'll get to the ladder challenge itself. Let me pull up the page. Where'd it go? Sorry about that. All right, let me share my screen. What is going on here? All right, I'll do this. Here we go. Present, share screen, and we are here. Sorry about that.
No,
Let's
there you
get
go.
cooking.
Looking good.
Twitter every time.
Greetings
I'll
from
pull
Italy.
up.
What
I'll
up?
pull up mine first, real quick, just because it's up. I'll pull up the graphic; it looks nicer. So my favorite play of the day is going to be Cade Cunningham over 6.5 assists. He's hit it in 11 of his last 12 games, with most of his assists going to the rim. Usually that's scary against the Clippers, but with Zubac out, it's actually really a positive thing because they're I think they're bottom 12 in the league when Zubac is off the floor. So Cade Cunningham is one of my favorite plays. Then we got Tyler Hero over 4.0 assists. It's been bumped to most places on books and DFS to 4.5. I still like it there. It would still be the top assist projection. But, I mean, we've talked about what it feels like every game since the trade. His passing volume ever since the Rozier trade has been through the roof, so we're going to keep capitalizing on it until they finally adjust the lines. James Harden, 18.5 points. When you think of Harden, you think of iso ball, pick and roll, and free throws. 3 things that the Detroit Pistons rank, I think, 5th or worse in the league at defending. Next up, De'Aaron Fox over 27.5 points. I have a write-up that from, I think 2 weeks ago when they played. I'm pretty much going to copy and paste it because they also played the Pacers, and he finished with 24 points. I think he missed 2 free throws. He shot below average from 3. Everything had to go wrong for him to miss that line. So the fact that it's 27.5 and we get the matchup again, I have no reason not to play it again. Kyle Kuzma under 23.5 points. For those who follow Ahan on Twitter, go follow him because he's the one who gave me the initial look. But basically, when Highsmith, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler all play, the number one scoring option is 20-4 for the under. And all the 4 overs were crazy efficient performances. Kuzma isn't exactly known for his efficiency, so I'm fine taking his under there. Booker under 7.0 assists. I'm going back to it. Last game I talked about how between him, Durant, and Beal, he's actually averaging the least passes made and the least adjusted assists per game between those 3. Last game he went over, he got 8 assists, but he still only had 10 potential assists. For a guy who's near 50 to 60% conversion rate, I'm betting against that efficiency every time. And lastly, Austin's favorite player in the NBA, Zion Williamson, over 21.5 points. He gets a Spurs matchup. He's hungry, and he should absolutely devour the Spurs defense because they can't defend the paint to save their life, and he actually has a really good history against the Spurs. That's everything I got. Austin, you're up. Unless you want to add anything to what I already said.
No, I like it. I think it's good when you and I don't have the same plays too, because we get a wide variety of stuff we're able to go through, especially for this ladder. So we got a little different list. Some of these comments are killing me today, bro. I was tuned into both, looking like Duop Reith, crazy. I got Joel telling me I look tired too. So
yeah, we need some energy out of you,
yeah,
Austin.
I know. I'm not too sure what it is, but I mean, I swear I'm feeling good. Maybe I didn't sleep enough or something, but I feel pretty solid with the list today. I'll start going through it. Anthony Simons is my play of the day at 30.5 PRA. I like his under 29.5 as well. Simon's just young player, isn't very good on the road. He hasn't been all season, 5 of 14 to this line on the road. He's finished last season both games with 18 PRA on 5 of 15 shooting and 6 of 22. Just tough place to play in. Playing Denver, they're 13-point underdogs, and they're coming off a big win against the Bucks. This seems like a perfect letdown spot, in my opinion, where they go and just lose by 30, like they have on the road multiple times in the last 4 or 5 games. Just yeah, it's just a Portland special, man. They had a great game. They were hitting some of the craziest shots. Simon has had a couple Euros. Jeremy Grant had some crazy shots against the Bucks. I don't think they have that same fortune, and I think this is a great under just based off the hit rate. Tough matchup to play in. I wouldn't be surprised to see Simons have a poor shooting night. So definitely my favorite look. Keeping it moving. Kevin Durant against the Hawks. Look at the game logs. Like, look at the matchup. It's a pace up. Pretty simple play. I just think KD could drop 40 in this one if he wanted to, So I'm not going too deep into that one. I know a lot of people are on it. It's probably my most popular play out of my list today. Josh Giddey against Charlotte. There's no Jalen Williams, no Isaiah Joe. We saw him play 26 minutes last game. I think he should get 26 to 28 minutes again. All 3 games last year, Giddey had 21 plus points. Just seems like a game where it's going to be up and down the court. 16-point spread. It's going to be ugly, but 12 points, such a low line, especially with Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe out. We should see an uptick in Giddey usage, I would expect. And SGA doesn't really have to go drop 50 in this one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, dude, that's what I was saying. I was going crazy looking at some of these comments. Doc looked like Naz Reid today. Is just
that's got to be my favorite one.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue since I was rudely interrupted, Will. Thank you. Jokic, 8.5 assists. It's Jokic at home taking on a Portland team that has gotten diced the last 7 games to assist. Top 5 look. And how do you not play him? I think it also correlates with the blowout. Likely, if this one's like getting pulled away from, Jokic is probably having a pretty big game. So kind of goes hand in hand. But and then my next prop, quietly becoming one of my favorite, especially if Rudy Gobert sits. I know we cashed on him a couple days ago, but Wendell Carter, 16.5 PR. The minutes are there. He's probably going to get 5 to 8 boards, especially if Rudy Gobert plays. But if he doesn't, I think the upside is clearly there. It's now moved to 17.5. I still like the line, but I think the volume's there. And I like that he gets to the foul line, especially with like putbacks and stuff like that. So I just think it's too low of a line for a player that smashed this over and over last season. I just think books haven't adjusted. And I know Wendell's had a slow season for sure with his injuries, but I think he's better than a 16.5 PR line.
Yeah, I think your list, we talked about a bit earlier today, but I think it's a lot of value. Like, you have a lot of value in the line where the books are slow to adjust rather than playing like specifically matchups. Like Jokic at 8.5 assists, we know when he's at home, generally we're taking the over. Wendell Carter, the books are still slow to adjust to his lines. Josh Giddey without Jalen Williams. Kevin Durant, or pretty much any player against the Hawks is always going to be mispriced. And then Simon's 30.5 PRA is a little high for a guy that it doesn't seem like he has the complete green light like he had earlier this season. So I definitely do like the value on all your lines today.
I appreciate that, gang. I'm quite excited. I've had a lot more success too when I am not seeing a lot of people on my props. You know what I mean? I think especially with how Twitter's gotten, a lot of people are just jacking the bigger creator stuff, and so it's a good sign when we have different plays. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's a copycat business for sure.
Right.
But dude, I will say you got some balls taking Kevin Durant PA. I feel like anytime I even think about predicting who's going to hit between Durant, Beal, and Booker, I just get a headache and then I decide to look away.
Yeah, and I totally get that. The assist numbers have been there for KD. He's done a good job at that. I kind of pivoted with that just because I think KD's either going to go drop 30 points. You know what I mean? Like I don't see him covering points at 26 and getting 2 assists. I don't. I think if he either covers both lines or he probably doesn't cover either line. You know what I mean? So I liked the value because he was moved up to 32.5 at a lot of places, and I was able to get it 31.5 on DraftKings. So just play the point, you know?
I mean, KD's still the guy in that offense. Like Booker, when he's hot, obviously he gets the ball and he's running point. But Beal is definitely still the third option. But like when they're just running a normal offense, there's not anybody that's like too hot or anything like that. It's really run through KD more or less. So if I were to pick any guy on that team, it would be KD.
And you can definitely take a look at his game logs against this Atlanta team. It's absolutely absurd. You know what I mean? So I think I know, like how Trae Young, everyone's playing today, like rightfully so. I know the hit rate's there, but it's just, I mean, the numbers are there.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, I was gonna make a YouTube video this morning just highlighting like every defense where their strengths and weaknesses are. I didn't get to a chance to finish like making all the visuals and everything today, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But my point in saying that is I was doing it for Atlanta, and it was like every single thing you could possibly look at, they're like bottom 10 in defense. They're horrible. So you pretty much just pick any player that you think is gonna have a good game. Like you don't even have to think about the matchup. If you think that they're feeling it today, just go ahead and take them because they're probably gonna hit.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Well, like how many times, real quick, how many times did KD hit that line, that 31.5 against Atlanta? I honestly didn't count.
Let's count.
Like in a row.
3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 of his last 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to Golden State.
Yeah, it's hard not to play for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. All right. Should we get to the ladder challenge?
Let's do it. Let's get moving.
Oh, nope. Here, I got you.
Shit's hitting. Love that.
All right, let's get to DraftKings. All right, let's go game by game. Clippers and Pistons. I know you're probably worried about a blowout there. I have 2 plays that are 2 of my higher unit plays. Would you even consider about playing one in that?
Which one's your favorite out of the 2?
Easily Cade.
Yeah, then I would lean Cade. Like you said, we talked about it earlier. Like Cade's hit his assist line in most of his games with blowout. So yeah. I will say I did play Cade a few days ago, and he was on a strict minute restriction where they were like playing him 6-7 minute intervals, and it was so annoying. So I would be careful on that. I think he probably still played 30 minutes, but
yeah. Would you play him against Washington? Or no, you played him Cavs rebounds.
And it was like they played him for 6 or 7. They played him the whole fourth because it was a close game. But they definitely were careful with his minutes. So I would assume that he goes another 30 to 32 if it stays close, but just something worth noting.
Let's check to see how different it was from his normal rotation. Probably sat an extra 2 minutes here, but for the most part, it's not too far off his normal rotation, even before he was injured.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just
there's some players that have super questionable rotations. Like LaMelo Ball has one of those, and it's like there's no way that the coach thinks is the best way of doing it, but it's like it's just how it is for him.
Yeah, they just simply do it, and I agree.
All right, so I'll table that one. We don't have to play it, but we got a big slate. Let's table a couple we like and then move on. Miami and Wizards, anything like there?
I mean, Harrow's been printing for us, but I know he's 4.5.
That 4.5 is a lot tougher.
I agree. So probably not in that game. I don't love Kuzma's unders today. I know a lot of people like it. I like it at 23, 24.5, but he's 21.5 a lot of places. So I was contemplating dabbling on the over, but not gonna. But I would say Harrow at 4.0 I liked. If we can't get it, I probably would skip that game.
We have to eat like minus 200 juice now at 3.5.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth laddering.
No. Suns Hawks.
Did you play anything on Atlanta's side?
I almost played trade assists, and then I know a lot of people on his points. So if you wanted to do PA for him, I would. But outside of that, I don't really think I want to sniff this game.
Yeah, fair.
Like this seems like the most volatile game of the slate. It could be a 30-point blowout. Either way, it could be a close game, and Bogdanovich of all players goes off. Like I don't know what we're going to be getting out of this game.
I just don't trust the Suns defensively to blow this team out. I think I feel like the game likely stays close, but I totally think that's fair. KD would be the only look at like PA if we could get a crazy line that I think would be worth playing just off 11 of 11 hit rate. But other than that, nothing I love in there.
Can we do alt PA or no?
Is he 32.5 now?
Probably we can get 30 plus at minus 180.
Damn,
I think that's. Oh yeah, that would still only put us at plus 190, even with Kate at minus 115.
Yeah, then let's come back to that if we're in a pinch.
Yeah, I'll do this. Durant, it's minus 105 at 32.5 now.
Which I mean, still the same hit rate, but I agree.
Kings and Pacers. I personally really like Fox in this one. I can pull up the game from last time. Because we just saw Brunson absolutely demolish them too. He had 24, 6, and 6, shot 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from 3, 8 of 20 from the floor. And I think like Herder and Keegan Murray each had like a 30 ball or something.
Yeah, they went crazy. I know
Keegan had 27, Herder had 31. Like they're not doing that again. I'm sorry. They're not doing it. Especially the Kings at home and Kings away are very different. Keegan Murray and Kevin Herder, huge home away splits. So let's check that real quick. God, I cannot type today.
Keegan's trash on the road. A lot of those younger guys are.
Keegan Murray, 6-point difference. That's crazy, by the way.
He's dog shit on the road. Mental
Kevin
player.
Herder, 1.2 point different. And then we can check Fox. I think he scores more on the road.
I would honestly say one of my favorite plays in that game is Harry Barnes under 14.5. He's not a 14.5 point player, but
my only concern with Harry Barnes is the player we normally target versus Pacers is players who drive a lot. I know.
Go look what Barnes did against the Pacers last game. The reason I know this is because I bet on him and watched the game. Just go peek it for me.
But that's what I'm saying. If Keegan Murray and Kevin Herter aren't going for a 30 ball, either Fox is going for 40 or it has to be made up somewhere else.
Right.
And it's probably going to be in your Sabonis, your Harrison Barnes, and Malik Monk.
They just ruled out Sasha Vezenkov.
He's been out though.
Well,
he's out for the last few games.
Yeah, he's not playing today either though. So yeah, that's fair.
It's just like the points are gonna have to come from somewhere else, and it's gonna come from somebody who's not a spot up shooter. I know Harrison Barnes takes threes here and there, but in his good games, he's driving to the basket, he's getting it in the post. For whatever reason, I don't know why you would give the ball to Harrison Barnes in the post, but Kings seem to like to do it. So Harrison Barnes is probably one I'd fight you on.
Fair. Yeah, and I mean it is the Pacers, so taking unders against them is always playing with fire.
Yeah. Would you want to do Fox assist, or is that line too high for you? Because even playing it, I love the matchup. I have it locked in as one of my higher unit plays. Even knowing that, I'm like, damn, 27.5. Like, I kind of want it at 25, 26.
Yeah, kind of same. I feel like 27.5, he definitely could hit. You know what I mean? 25 would definitely have me more excited about it. Yeah. That Warriors-Grizzlies game, I have not loved betting any Grizzly props with all those dudes they have out, but
I wanted to eye Steph because, let's see.
Grizz on a back-to-back short-handed, they're going to lose by 50.
Oh, that's the other thing we should check. I'm glad you brought up. We should see who's on the first leg of a back-to-back. So, let's see. Warriors are on the first leg of a back-to-back. Hawks, Kings. And I think that's it. So we should probably avoid those guys for the latter. Especially, damn, Kings are going to have to, where are they today? Indiana. They're not going to have to travel that far. Or no. I'm tripping. But yeah, so I would consider Steph just because I know his splits with and without Draymond are nuts. Like, I can look up this. If I go to court IQ, he might be lotto worthy instead, but still.
Fair. Yeah, I kind of agree on that statement.
It's just, I know he has, like, whenever Draymond's playing, he has a pretty safe 25-point floor. which is what makes it so enticing. You have just 34 points per 36 minutes when Draymond's off and Chris Paul is on. If I look at full games, let's see what we get. I'm sure you like seeing Kuminga as the second highest points per 36 with Draymond on.
No kidding. Awful.
This doesn't want to load. Let's check the chat real quick. 13.5 was on FanDuel.
They're talking about Jared Allen. Jared Allen was 13.5 on DraftKings.
Yep.
Like alt line.
Yeah. So Steph was.
To be honest, to ever finish this ladder, you're not going to ever be able to do it on Prize Picks or Underdog. They move this stuff instantly. Nobody's going to ever be able to tail a full 7-day list. So anyone that's trying to do that, I'm sorry, but that just will never happen. Find me someone that's done it. It will never happen.
We've had a couple people get to day 7. Nobody's finished the full ladder on Prize
It just won't happen. Like a Prize Picks ladder, you might get it solo, but you're not going to have people tailing it. The stuff gets pulled instantly. Like, you know what I mean? I took Kyle Kuzma 2.0 3-pointers on Underdog, and that got pulled. Like, it just, unfortunately, that's the world we're in. So we're doing the best we can with like alt lines and stuff like that.
Somebody's saying talk about the Tobias Harris stolen rebound stat last night. Do you know what he's talking about? Because I don't.
I just saw Kelly Oubre miss 2 dunks.
That was so brutal, dude. And he not only that, he teased us with 3 threes, and then like
to go 6 for 14 and not shoot a single field goal attempt in the first quarter after playing 10 minutes was crazy, dude.
Oh yeah,
absolutely insane. He had 2 assists too.
No, it was so brutal.
Heartbreaking.
And then. Yeah, so we can leave Curry for the lotto then. I just want to check one more thing. So people see what I was talking about once we get to that point.
I don't hate a Cade Cunningham assist with a Jokic assist.
I wouldn't hate that either. I knew once we got to that game, we'd both be talking about that Jokic play. So with Draymond on and Chris Paul out, Curry's 4 of 8 on the season, but it's like 26, 22, 34, 26, 25, 33, 46, 37. So if you wanted to as well, you could get a nice little bankroll builder, take the low line at 24.5. But yeah, probably not for the lotto. I'm not ready for that heartbreak when he finishes at 26 instead of 28.5. All right, what do we have next? Orlando, Minnesota. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't want to even think about playing it props in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Wendell Carter's got bumped pretty significantly, so I don't know if he's ladder worthy, especially with this Rudy Gobert stuff. So I'd probably stay away.
Zion, any interest, or are you? Has he?
I'll be honest. I was gonna say I'm pretty done with Zion. If he doesn't play again, it's just so annoying. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I know he was that shoot around, but I would hate for us to put him in this ladder and it get ruled out again.
Yeah,
he's done it to me 3 slates in a row. So I told myself Zion won't be near my bet slips today.
All right, Hornets Thunder. I'm not touching. 15.5 point spread. Shea comes out of the third quarter. I don't even know what Giddey's rotation is going to be with Jalen Williams out. And Lord knows I'm not playing anybody on the Hornets.
Little Bryce McGowan's.
Little Ish Smith, 8 minutes off the bench.
Yes, sir.
All right. Toronto and Houston. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even know that this game was on today.
Yeah, same. It's because they have so many guys on the injury report. I have not even.
I was like, am I looking at the next day? Okay. I will say quickly at 17.5 is enticing.
No, not with his injury designation and stuff. He's been gone. I think this game is a donation waiting to happen, personally.
Probably. I want to see if
I haven't even sniffed the slate. We are not playing one in this game.
All right. I think that only leaves the Denver game then.
You and I came in here.
Oh, no. We
know who we're gonna take for this ladder deep down.
You're thinking Jokic?
Check the Cade and Jokic odds together and see what we get.
Let me get Jokic at 9.
Yeah, I want 8.5 for Jokic. Damn.
I'd bet it's nicer somewhere else. We get plus 203 here. I'm trying to think. What was I gonna do? Oh,
That'll be a sweat too because it's the late game.
that's what we did with Sexton last night.
Yeah.
All right, let's check this.
Sexton was a freaking sweat. Will Hardy does not like Colin Sexton.
No, dude, it's weird because Sexton's so obviously their best player.
Yeah, literally the best player on that roster. Maybe Laurie, but then him.
Bro, if you go and look at the what's it called? The comments on Twitter, like just look up Colin Sexton's name like before and after a turnover, and it's the funniest turn of events ever.
He does turn that rock over a ton.
And
Colin
he
dribbles.
plays at 100 miles an hour.
He
It's
needs to
gonna
learn
bite
how
him
to
in the ass
dribble.
here and there.
His left hand, he dribbles it off his knee more than any player in the league.
It's the Pat Bev effect.
Yeah, facts.
All right, so we got Jokic versus Portland. Who are they gonna put on Aaron Gordon? Because I think that's what it always comes down to with Jokic for me.
That's why I kind of like it. They're gonna have to throw undersized Jabari Walker or Jeremy Grant, and I think he can get multiple lobs to Gordon today. Like, I don't think Portland can match up with anyone on this Denver team. Like, it would be awesome if MPJ could play good basketball for one time when you and I have money on his side, but
Yeah, he had 4 assists per game to AG and Michael Porter Jr. So it's like if you think about who's gonna match up with those guys, I mean, it just doesn't work out for him.
Anthony's going to guard Simons. Murray's going to be guarded by Brogdon probably.
Anthony's gonna guard Simons.
Sorry, KCP. Anthony's probably going to guard the worst player.
There's one thing I do want to check that I don't know how much of an edge it actually is. I need to check how much, or let me go back here and I'll check how much they run it.
Also, it kind of fills into the effect. Against those worser teams, we've seen Jokic just refer to facilitating instead.
Oh, yeah.
All season long, we've seen that, you know?
We can check here, too. In home wins, let's say they win by 10. Like, he's hitting all of them. And just games that they win by 10 in general, he's 9 of 10 this season. Last season was 19 of 27. 14 of 18 at home.
Check against Portland. Check his last 4 or 5 against Portland.
10, 11 last season, or 9, 11, and 10 last season. I want to see how bad they are versus the handoff, because if that means we can get 6 assists to Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and what's his face? Jamal Murray, without even without Jokic having to do anything. No, wrong thing. Here we are. Play type.
Is DeAndre Ayton's is he guarding Jokic?
Yeah.
Ayton's gonna be running around with his head chopped off.
I know. Oh my, yeah. Wow. They are the worst defense against handoffs, which means at least 2 assists to Jamal Murray.
We just need him to play good.
Yeah. All right.
I think
I'll ride that one with you. Here's the thing. We could get interesting with it. This is plus 207 on DraftKings. I think we get it like plus 215 on FanDuel. I want to see if we could buy an assist on Cade and add a juicer of like a minus 600 juicer. Would you want to do that or no?
We're probably gonna have less people tailing it if we do that, but I'm okay with that if it's gonna hit.
I just want to hit it, man. I just want to hit it. We'd be at plus 142. Let's see what kind of odds we need to. Oh, hold on. Can't do that game. Minus 300. That's even a lot. So we can check. That would definitely not be enough. Who else did we could check Curry for 25. Just see what that would give us.
All I'm saying is all the ladder challenges I've seen when you do 4 legs and you buy, there's always bullshit. You know what I mean? I feel like we've done good not getting cute with 4 legs.
Yeah, I see that. I want to if we can get more value, like we did on Jared Allen yesterday. Like in our minds, we weren't like, oh, we only think he's gonna get to 14. Let's buy a point. It was like, we can get the value. Might as well go get it.
Right. No, I agree.
So let me see. Jokic. Sorry. Jokic assists at 8.5, and Cade at 6.5. Let's see what book gives us the best odds for that lay.
Frederick Van Vliet goes back home to he doesn't go back home, but he plays Toronto today.
We can get plus 220 on Bet365 for this lay. But I know Bet365 also isn't in too many states. So let's just lock this in at plus 204.
Yeah, I think we go. What's Cade's like 6.5?
Minus 115.
115.
Oh, it's minus 120 now. Okay, so this works then.
God, dude, our shit's moving as we're talking. That's so.
I know. Dude, at day 4, think about how many people probably locked this in as we were like debating which book to play it on. All right, so I'll lock this in on my phone. That way I can get it to sync to pick it a little faster. And once that's up, I'll get on Pickett and share my screen here. In the meantime, Austin, you know what time it is.
Dude, Georgie Niang yesterday, fellas. 1 for 4 from 3. Didn't have the volume we wanted. I wanted 5 3-pointers. I think if he shoots 5, we hit. We hooked. It was a plus chicky. I believe it was, what was it, like plus 120? Plus, it was around there, plus 110. Today, yeah. I was definitely contemplating multiple guys. I don't really have like just a pure gross. Like, I really think Josh Giddey could be that gross prop. I think 11.5 points.
You cut out. Who'd you say?
I said I don't really have like a true gross prop that's not on my list. I think Josh Giddey at 11.5. I really think that line's just too low. I think he's going to drop 20 again today. I know a lot of people have been taking his plus 20 plus at like plus 900. So I think that could be a lotto type look, but
plus 900.
I just think, Giddey did it all 3 games last season. This Hornets team can't defend anyone. Why not go ball out? You know what I mean? He's obviously not loving his role with this Thunder team.
Somebody was saying, just real quick, somebody was saying that the Lotto's plus 220 on Bet365. I have some issues syncing to Bet365, so I'm going to lock it in on DraftKings. I'll eat the couple dollars I lose just to make sure that I can get it to sync for you guys on Pickett. That way it's easier for you guys to tail. But continue on, Austin. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Tony's saying Giddey shot 2 of 11 last game, still had 22 PRA still. That's what I'm saying. I think Giddey is that spot today that I really like. I mean, obviously he could come out and play 14 minutes and just toast us, but that's the NBA. That's what we're gambling on. So
love it. So Giddey, wait, so are you saying points or PRA?
I would say points. I would say the other guy that I think is probably going to go drop 10 points again is Scoot Henderson at plus 100. I'm not saying hammer it. I just think this game's going to be a blowout. Portland's letting him run around in blowout minutes and just shoot it every time. They're trying to get him better. Brogdon's about to get moved. Like 9.5 is low. Scoot did that in a quarter when we took him. Could be an interesting sprinkle at plus money.
Wait, day 4 is 160, right?
You got the layout, gang.
Yeah, it's 160. Well, I was blanking. I wasn't sure if you had it off the top of your head.
Oh.
All right. I want to make it a clean 180. All right, here we go. 160. Oh, hold on. I have too many slips in today. I got to add some funds. Give me 2 seconds there, but we'll look at the lotto real quick while I'm doing that. So there's some less dead space. If you guys want to see when I do post it, it'll be on Pickett. It's the easiest place to tail. See the top of the screen. Use code DRProfit when you join. You get given anywhere between $300 and $100. It's random and it's free to join. So you might as well go get the free money. Follow us. It's really easy to tail our bets there. Chalkboard removed Cade assist. That means somebody in the chat nuked this. You can blame one of the people in the chat.
Hey, Will, I got one thing for you. You know when
Let me-
when premiums try to say join the premium to avoid bumps, avoid
Yeah.
line. That is the dumbest shit I've been seeing that more and more lately. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Dude.
I hope people don't actually believe that.
There was one where I saw the most blatant scam tactic. He posted Anthony Davis under 14.5 rebounds. Now, on this day, he was never 14.5. He opened at 13.0. I know because in the Discord, we have a bot that as soon as a prop gets added onto the board or bumped, it'll add it to the feed. So I was able to go back and look and pull it up, and I saw, sorry, Anthony Davis added 13.0. It opened at 13.0. And what do you know? This guy was like, oh, hope you guys got in before the bumps, just like Austin's saying. It was an absolute joke.
Well, and all these DFS apps, like they can link any of our accounts. Like I've said it before. Anytime I lock a play on Underdog, the shit gets pulled. Like I can watch it get pulled. Anyone that's winning, that's proven, that has a following, it doesn't matter if you have a premium. If you're posting bets and locking them in, they're gonna get pulled. So I cannot believe people actually think, oh, join the premium to avoid bumps and get them before the bumps. Like the minute that thing's locked and posted, bumps are out of the creator's control. There's nothing you can do.
It's gotten to the point now where I try and post and then rush to get all my picks in, just so like there's sometimes I lose like 5-10 points of juice because I do that, but it's like I have to at least let some people get it if they have like notifications on, let them reward it a little bit.
I agree.
But it's so annoying sometimes.
Where can I get that Fire Dr. P merch?
I need to start a DP merch business. I got this for Christmas. My family got it for me, but I think Austin's made some comments about it. Joel and then Goblin on Twitter has asked for it too. So I might, if enough people want it, I might have to.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. I'm posting to pick it now. So make sure I'll share it on the screen so you guys know what you're looking for when you're in there as well. You can go follow. I'll tag Austin as well so you guys can make sure you go follow him. And let's get this thing going. Three, 2, 1, post. Thanks, Timmy. I appreciate you. All right.
That was you. Stop it.
What? That was me. Yeah. I made my burner account named Timmy. That's funny. All right.
Also, we also need to end the, hey, wait till the injury news comes out before posting. As you see, guys get ruled out 10 minutes before game time. So,
oh my God, this season is the worst it's ever been, dude.
We got to stop that. That's out of our control as well. Well, wait till the injury news.
And like there is a tactic where you wait for injury news and then attack who might benefit off the injury. Totally. But to say, hey, don't lock in anything until injury news. Do you realize how much value you could potentially be losing out if you do that? Like how many times, like Austin, that Wendell Carter play, probably the reason it's moving is because Gobert might not play. Exactly. You wouldn't have that value if you waited to hear about the Gobert news.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, damn, now he's at 19.5. I could have got a 3-point swing. It's like Dante yesterday. I know he missed. That was one of the worst misses I've ever experienced in my entire life.
That was bad.
However, I'll continue. He bumped to 26.5 PR. We got him at 23.5. Like, if you don't lock early, like that never gives you that opportunity. So I think locking early, doing your normal research is smart, in my opinion. Like more times than not, you're gonna get screwed in your favor. Well, you wouldn't be getting screwed then, but you know what I mean? More times than not, the injury is going to benefit you than you get screwed.
All right. Real quick. This is Ladder Challenge Day 4 over on Pickett. Make sure you go on the top of the screen. You see the code DRProfit. Use that code when you join. And if you need a link, you can check the link in my Twitter bio, and there's a Pickett option. But you go on Pickett, you download it, you use the code. You get given anywhere between $300 and $100. You come here. And I couldn't get the whole thing, but here at the bottom where my mouse is, there's an option where it says copy. You click copy and it shows you every book that offers this parlay and which book has the best odds. And if you pull it up now, you can see, even though I can't sync my Bet365 account to Pickett, which is why I didn't do it on Bet365, it's plus 220 on Bet365. So it'll show you that. You don't have to go and check each book one by one to find the best odds. Super functional, makes it way easier to tail, because the other thing, as soon as you click copy, it'll automatically add it to your bet slip on DraftKings. You don't have to open DraftKings and go select it. You just click copy, it's already there, and all you have to do is submit the price. So it's an amazing app. It's honestly, as much as there's a bigger crowd on Twitter, I prefer the Pickett app in terms of sharing my plays. So I truly recommend it, even if you're not tailing the ladder. If you are tailing the ladder, go on there, go copy this, and let's have a day. All right. Lotto time. I think we can do an all-star snub slip.
Yeah, I like Trae Young, Steph Curry.
Trey, Fox. Was Steph snub?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
Oh, you want to do all snubs?
I mean, we can. Trey and Fox is already 2 snubs and great matchups. We might as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we got to give the credit to Chase too. I wouldn't have thought about it if Chase didn't put that shit in the chat for us.
How does Trae Young not make it, man? That is so disrespectful.
That was so bad, dude. What's it called? The decisions by the All-Star decisions are getting worse and worse every year. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's awful. And Derek White was getting talked about being an All-Star. Are you shitting me? That's not an All-Star.
Anybody who made that debate, please don't talk about basketball again.
Let's just celebrate that he's having a good year and be like positive about the great year he's having. But that's not an All-Star. I'm sorry.
You can be one of the best role players in the NBA. That doesn't mean you have to be an All-Star. There's a difference between a star and a role player. And it's okay to say Derek White is a really good role player. That's not like, that doesn't discount what he's doing. It's just everybody has different roles, and he's really good at his role.
But he's certainly not an All-Star, nonetheless.
No, definitely not.
Jaylen Brown should have missed the All-Star game, in my opinion. I'd rather Trae Young.
It's just because Boston's been so good. It's actually crazy, some of the guys that made it.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle, man. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I saw, like, I've been keeping up with like Donovan Mitchell and stuff. I haven't looked at the whole list. Let's go look at it real quick. Um, 2024 All-Star roster. So I knew the starters: Booker, Steph, AD, Ant, PG, Kawhi, Cat. Kind of surprised Cat made it.
I also don't get how
Minnesota's been too good, I guess.
I feel like it's hard to give the nod to teams that like the Kings. I get why Sabonis and Fox got snubbed because their team is underperforming a little bit. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know.
Sabonis has been, like, as somebody who thinks, I think Sabonis is really good. I think he's kind of overrated. Like, people try and force him into the Embiid Jokic conversation. He absolutely should have been in this.
Yeah, I agree, but he's not on there.
It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense to me. But I'm not gonna lie. Are we sure Paolo Banchero should have been on it?
Yes.
Like, I feel like it's kind of a year too early for him.
Nah, he deserved the nod, man. What they've done, like their team's not that good, and they're playing good basketball. I think the young Buck deserved the nod.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like
I would put Trey over him.
I also think he's playing every single game. Like, he's out there.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like, when has that ever really made a difference?
Who would you look at the reserves? Like, I would take Banchero over Jaylen Brown in a heartbeat. Like, not for.
I don't think either of them should have made
it. But I would take, and Julius Randle, if he's going to be in there, like, I don't know.
Like,
or Bam. Like, Banchero's got similar stats, like better stats than Bam. If you're like,
no, Bam's been having a really good season.
I'm not letting Banchero get the slander. He's in there.
Sengun probably should have been in there.
Alpi deserved it.
Scotty, no. Trae Young, yes. Porzingis, if you're gonna slight players for injury, it would be Porzingis. He's been super spotty.
What about Cat?
I don't think Cat should have been in it.
It's
I
hard
think
not to though, man. What he's done is he's
I,
been pretty efficient. Like
I think Cat's in it because
the team's good.
because the team's doing so well.
That's Jaylen Brown too. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it goes. What's Jaylen Brown averaging? 22 points? Like 22, 5 and 2.
Yeah.
Like he's not having that good of a year.
People in the chat are complaining that they can't tail the ladder. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. You can get Jokic at 9.0 if you want. He's probably going to hit that too. But, I mean, I think people forget how big of – like, not everybody is only on Prize Picks, and that's okay.
Yeah, you can play it on Underdog at 9.0 and 6.5, and you should be good to go. So
we can double check real quick, but it's okay for things to be slightly different. Because then if we do it on Prize Picks with a prop that's a push prop, then it's suddenly, oh, how come people on books can't tail? We've been there before as well. It's just we're going to do whatever gives the ladder the better chance of hitting. And if that means certain people can't play or have to adjust, then we can't please everybody. All right, let's check Jokic, 9.0 assists, and Cade, 6.5 assists. There you go. There's DFS. I'm sure it's on Prize Picks too. It's okay until you get hooked yesterday without. All right, I'm not gonna go back and forth this. Shit happens. Allen would have hit. Like, it sucks. Like, if it were up to us, everybody would get the exact same lines and everybody would hit. I'm not happy that a bunch of people missed at 14.5, but like that's just how it is. All right, back to the lotto. We got Fox. We got Trey. We need one more. We could go Zion. We probably want something from a high scoring game. We already got the 2 from the 2 high scoring. We could go Clippers Pistons. That's gonna be a blowout, or that's probably gonna be a blowout.
Giddey 15 plus.
Giddey 15.
I'm telling you, I'm confident in Giddey, bro.
I'm not. Issue.
I'm confident.
Like, I see the value in the line, but I don't.
Well, bro, you just like picking the stars. We can't just pick the 25 with the Fox and the Trey. Those don't hit.
I was 100% on board with your Jabari Walker shit that chalked with 4 fouls.
Yeah, but that was foul trouble. Sometimes we got to dabble in the we don't have to do Giddey, but you know what I mean? Like, if we lotto the 3 stars, that shit's never hitting. We've tried that. The Trey Young, the Steph Curry, like, it's so hard to get 3 stars to all ball out on the same day.
I feel like it's more likely a star ball. We can let's go back and check let's try and reverse engineer the lottos we've hit, because there's only 4 of them. And I know there was one with you where we did 2 SGPs and stacked on top of each other with Ivy Bog.
Yeah, I don't remember what the other one was. Fire.
That was tremendous. That's the only one that's hit in that method, by the way.
Yeah, that one was.
So let's see. I'll pull them up. So we had one I hit was Miles Turner 3s, CJ McCollum assists, and Joe Mixon rushing plus receiving yards. That was the first one I ever hit. Then we had Donovan Mitchell 30 balls, Sexton 25, and Clay 4 threes. That's 3 stars. Then back to back.
Clay is not a star. You did not sneak that in. Keep it going though.
Okay.
Mid player.
All right. Regardless. Next one was Booker 8 assists, Vassell 4 threes, and Derek White 17 points. And then the last one was the one that we hit together.
See, we always have we gotta have a middle of a pack guy, man. We can't just have 3 all-star. They're not hitting.
All right, well then can we have someone other than Giddey?
I'm cool with someone other than Giddey. I'm cool with like anyone. The 3 stars, I just don't think they hit. When you like,
I got it.
Like, I'm cool with like. See, like, I like Zion. Zion's a star too, and he's not gonna play.
You see the one I just picked?
Zion or who? I honestly can't see it.
Plum Lord. Oh, here, let me.
Yeah, zoom that shit in a little bit.
Sorry.
There we go. I would dabble with him. I just don't.
I will say, if Harden wasn't the top projection, I would have played Plumlee. Like, he would have been on my main list. If we take it,
just play Scoot Henderson, bro.
Scoot?
if we think it's going to be a blowout, he will go over points in a blowout because
Yeah,
they
but I
win.
also think the Nuggets just should kind of shit on him.
Oh, you could have thought that with anyone, but you know,
Let's see. Guards versus Nuggets.
we got to pull the trigger though. I got to get
I
moving.
know. We only need one more now. Dort 7, Giddy 8, Aaron Wiggins 12. Like the guards haven't been doing too much against the Nuggets. Even Brunson only got 21. Benny 11. This is all without
Smoking that Jabari.
Hallie, no. What?
People are saying smoking that Jabari pack. That's funny. Scoot 9.
We'll let the chat decide. We'll let the chat decide. Scoot 9.5 or Plumlee 7.5. We gotta wait for the chat.
You want to go Scoot 9.5 or Plum God? That's the options. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm with either or. I like it.
Plum. All right, 1-0.
I feel like
Thanks,
Plum
Axis.
is probably.
What?
I feel like Plum is who's gonna end up.
Scoot Goat as Flynn took Scoot, so we're 1-1. Scoot 2-1. What are we doing? First to 5, first to 10?
Yeah, we'll do first to 5 if it gets there.
Both gonna sell. All right, we don't need this kind of energy in the chat. We don't need this.
Both are probably gonna hit.
Scoot or Giddy 3-1. All right, 3-3.
Wemby.
Somebody said Wemby 25. But I low-key, I don't know how to feel about Wemby today. Plumlee, well, Chase voted twice.
I will say though,
like 7-7.
Scoot is probably safer than Plumlee for minutes. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, probably because he probably gets the blowout run.
I just feel like the coach. I like Plumlee a lot. I honestly almost like it more. I just feel like who's the Clips coach?
Tyler.
Right. He always bugs with his centers. Like he did that with Zubats a lot last year too.
He keeps thinking that small ball is the answer. I don't know why.
He'll just bench both his centers and like, you know what I mean? It's so odd.
Somebody said, look at what Vassell said if Wemby misses the All-Star game. What's
Vassell gonna do if Wemby misses the All-Star game? Vassell's probably what's he gonna do?
If Wembanyama doesn't make the All-Star game, I think he's gonna prove a point. I don't know what the numbers are gonna look like after. Should we make this a full All-Star snub list then?
I'm actually with that. Narrative.
I'm down.
I'll do the All-Star snub narrative.
If we're ever gonna have it, this is the only chance we're gonna have to do it all season. Let's do it. And it's also Wemby at home. Fuck it. Where's Wemby? Puts that perfect. All right, I have to lock it in. I got a new Mac thing, and for whatever reason, the location services just aren't working on it. So everything I lock in, I have to do it on my phone.
I cannot believe I'm locking this in.
You're telling? Let's fucking go. Dude, let's go. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Plumlee, Kandishki. I don't know why they traded for Plumlee, honestly. Like, I understand needing another backup big, but like,
didn't they give up nothing? They gave up they gave up like nothing for him though.
Yeah, but he just doesn't fit. Like he kind of feels that Sabonis Jokic role where he gets the ball at the elbow, a lot of handoffs, facilitates, and then like he'll score in the pick and roll. But at least before Harden got there, they didn't run pick and roll all that much, and they never use him at the elbow like that. So I don't know what they're doing. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
And it makes him look so much worse than he should. Best place to look at the most recent data. Most recent data for what exactly? If you're just talking like general stats, the NBA website's definitely the best right now, so far. All right. So that's everything. Should we wrap this up?
Let's go.
All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Austin, good to talk to you as always. We got ladder day 4. We got the lotto.
Let's
and
keep
I'm
it
going to try
moving.
and cook a bankroll builder for Pickett like I always do. So good luck today. Let's make some money and make sure you check out for Pickett. Good luck, and we'll see you guys. Well, we'll do a stream tomorrow if we hit the ladder for day 5, but otherwise I usually take the weekends off for the stream. So that's all you need to know. Good luck.
Cool.
Let's make some money. Peace out.